Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm your illustrious female fan, Steve Alicious, here with the Galaxy Z Fold 2 5G. This is one I've been waiting for since they announced the first one, because I showed a little discipline, because you really got to hold back on the first generation of stuff, especially when it's really cutting-edge tech like this. The first one's always to prove they can do it, the second one's to prove they can do it well, and the third one is to prove they could do it affordably. So we are right at stage 2. We'll see if they did it well. We unbox it today on this edition of Steve Alicious Tech. And we're back as always. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers, up over 960 as of the taping of this video. If you're loving the phones, if it has batteries and you love it, we cover it here. Go ahead and give that subscribe button a tussle. It certainly means a lot to me. So we have R2-D2 helping out. This is the one, as I said, I showed incredible restraint, especially as a tech guy just loving new stuff, to not get the first one. But I don't have to tell anybody here, especially anybody watching this video, that that was not the one that you wanted. You saw it, and you saw the people using it, and you just knew right away. I was like, yeah, that ain't it, Chief. It's cool, but it's not quite there yet. I think this is the one that they get there. So let's go ahead, unbox it, and see for ourselves. R2, I'm going to need you to scoot over for a minute there, because this is not a huge box, but it fits in the frame. It fills the whole thing up. So I'm going to try to do this. I always have a bad habit on these unboxings of unveiling my IMEI numbers, so we'll try to do that so I don't have to do any fancy blurring, because I always seem to do, even though Samsung seems to have included industrial strength tape on this thing. Come on, there we go. All right, let's see if we can slide out this way. All right, there we go. All right, that's it. So you get the what you've seen, and this is the retail unboxing, by the way. So I think there are a couple changes from those people who did the review unit unboxing, but this it seems like a similar experience where you've got kind of the butterfly design here. Change the shape of the future. Reimagine. This is the nice little card here. Craftsmanship. Unlock endless versatility. And enjoy unrivaled engineering and craftsmanship. All right, well, we'll determine that. Okay? Let's just calm it down. What do we got on here? If we can focus that in. What do we get from Samsung? Now, this year, as you've noticed, that a lot of people have said you get a lot less. You used to get the buds, you got earphones, you got all kinds of stuff with it, because they really just wanted you to adopt it. All right, just the books in there. Not a whole lot so far, and then here it is, the device itself. Let me make sure we're focused in here as it desperately focuses in. Care instructions. Listen, everybody's read them. You understand it. Don't poke it. Okay? Don't dig your nail into the screen. No stylus, no pens. Be careful with the magnets, all that stuff, the care instructions. It's actually, I don't know what I was expecting. It's not as heavy as I thought. A lot of people have said about the heft. It's actually smaller than I thought as well. Not as big of a device. Let's go ahead and throw the old Note 10 Plus on top of it. So it's kind of like, yeah, look at that. See, that's the Note 10 Plus. So it's the Note 10 Plus is taller. And takes up quite a bit there. So it's interesting. I kind of like the fact that it's this form factor and this size. That's actually quite nice. All right, so let's get the peel off here. There we go, and there's the screen. The one thing that held me off from the first one, and I was kind of hoping by the second generation, stuff just breaks all over the place. The one thing that I was hoping that this generation would have solved was touching the plastic. And when they said they had that ultra thin glass for the Z Flip, I got all excited. But then again, it was just the underneath. It kind of adds some rigidity to the screen itself, but the surface that you're touching is still plastic. And you know, from just over plastic devices, this isn't that bad. I mean, you could tell it's plastic though, and that's the only thing. Like, I'm okay with this, but there's just not that slide factor that you get with glass, and especially if your hands are a little, now we're getting into fall. You get those days where it's humid or it's cool outside, the fingers getting a little clammy. You don't have the typical oils that you have on your hands normally, and you could just slide across, and how's that going to feel? And you can, it's kind of plasticky. We'll see if it bothers me. The crease doesn't bother me at all. The crease doesn't bother me at all. Oh, let's go ahead and remove that from the device. And there we go. I like the fact that the biggest complaint I had was that front-facing screen that they've corrected, making it usable. But it is tall. You know, people were saying as tall as kind of like the 21 by. Let's see if I could do this without breaking it. First fold, by the way. Okay. All right. So it starts, but you could definitely see how you could have, it wants to kind of, that last little bit, oh, look at that. It was fine. And then that first fold kind of puts more of an indentation in there. But it wants, when it gets to about this point, it wants to go. But for the most part, and yeah, there's a little resistance towards the end. So that people are saying you can hold it up in any position. You can, but don't make it seem like it's a lot of people are using the Microsoft Surface Duo where it's equal pressure all the way through. It gets kind of a little tension. So we'll see if it holds up. It is a satisfying close though. I'll give them that. And people were saying 21 by 9. Let's see if I could do this without, or not 21 by 9, but kind of comparing it to the Sony Xperia series phones. And this is an Xperia 1. See if we can get that properly in frame. And you can see it. Okay, this is a 21 by 9 Xperia 1 from Sony. And this is the front-facing screen of the Z Fold 2. And it's even thinner than that. It's even more narrow. It's even narrower than that, which I was surprised to see. I was expecting at least kind of this screen size, but it's even smaller. So we'll see how typing, functionality and watching stuff's going to be fine, but we'll see how typing is on that display. And obviously more usable. I can't even imagine how unusable the one on the first one was, but more usable than that. So we'll see what the deal is. The hinge is quite nice. I do like this kind of bronze glass frosted matte finish. This is the first phone I've had with the matte finish on it, which I kind of like. Smaller than I thought. And certainly that front screen. Let's go ahead and power it on. I like the fact that Sony did this with the S10. Samsung did this with the S10e as well. I like the fact that you can click the power button and have it be the capacitive fingerprint reader at the same time. I think that's a nice touch. Screen, listen, the screen's going to be good. That's basically, it's 120 hertz. It's nice. We talked about in my other video how the adaptive refresh rate is ridiculous. I mean, come on. Yeah, it's not like the technology's not available. Let me be able to use 2K at 120 hertz. You do it for other companies. That slide, it's not terrible. No SIM card, so I'm going to power this down, actually put my SIM card in it and see what we've got there. But it's nice. It's nice. I don't know what to think of this yet. I don't know what to think of this size screen. I don't know why I was thinking it was a little bit bigger, but I actually kind of like the fact that it's not, that it's this size. This is kind of a usable size. It's like a human size for the phone, if that makes sense. Something that you'd actually want to consume content on, something you'd still want to type on and have it make sense, something that you'd still want to use your Android apps and scroll through, even if they're in full screen, if you're not doing the multitasking, if that makes sense. So I like it. I like the size. I like it. We'll see how that works, and we'll see how this front screen plays out as far as the typing experience on that is. I like that you could do different things. I like the fact that this could basically be like a viewfinder for you, or the flip screen you could watch when you're taking a selfie. You saw the I'm going to be so delicate with this thing at first until I get used to it, that people were doing this, and this was the viewfinder for the selfie camera that they were taking with the rear main cameras. I mean, that plastic... People, you saw videos on YouTube, people just ripping it apart, ripping it off, and being okay with it. They say you got to do it from a professional. Samsung will do it, but Premier Service. What do we get here? Hold on. Your phones can come with a specialized customer care designed to blah, blah, blah. Galaxy Z Concierge screen replacement offer 1 year, $149. So that's like the Fold 1. This is something that wasn't included in the... other reviews. Let me actually get my SIM card. In the reviewer kits is the Concierge service, which I looked up, and it's basically a glorified repair service from what I see. I mean, when I think the Concierge service, I'm thinking like you're talking to your phone and say, hey, I want plane tickets or something like that, and they kind of book it for you without having to do anything. But this is more along the lines of they'll come to your house and repair your phone, which is okay, which is fine. I think it's a little weird. You have a dude come over and sit on your couch and repair your phone. But whatever works for Samsung. So let's see what else we get in here. Concierge service, put that over to the side. This was the SIM card I just took out. This is going to be your USB-C cable, I assume. Yep, USB-C, nothing fancy there. USB-C to USB-C, so you're going to get a USB-C. And there's your fast charger. 25 watt, same as the Note 20 Ultra, which is still a little weird, but it's okay. I mean, they're extra careful with the battery life, and that's it. So this is on you. So the first generation, they included a bunch of goodies, a bunch of extras to entice you and reward you for being an early adopter. This year, they're confident. They know they got it right. Listen, this is the phone. This is what you're buying. This is what you're signing up for. This is what you got. But you do get the nice little fold experience. So that's it. SIM's going in it. Review's going to be next week. I might do a couple videos on this one. I might do a video where I... one of those 70, a couple days first impressions type thing, and then go ahead and have the full review next week of the retail unit. But here it is. Here, if you ordered your Fold, if you haven't gotten it yet, this is what your Fold 2 is going to look like, what's going to come with it, the retail unboxing experience. If you've made it this far, hey, listen, if you're holding out for the Fold 3, like I said, there's 3 generations to this stuff usually. First one to prove they can do it, second one to prove they can do it well, and the third one to prove they could do it affordably. And so we're still not there yet with the affordable folding tech. Are you holding out for that? Are you diving in just because they supposedly did it well? We'll see. Let me know in the comments below. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-alicious day.